So I'm here in the Schoolhouse basement, and inside this box is something really special, and I've been waiting to open it. Just a little tease, it is old, it is secondhand, and there's been a lot of butts on it, and it also comes from a school. So let me show you what's inside. At these. So these are going to be our dining chairs. Just, I think they're really, really cool. They're really comfy. So these chairs are really special. I had been looking on Facebook Marketplace and all those places for almost 2 years to find dining chairs from a school. I didn't want to have anything new just because, like, I don't know, it's an old school and new chairs, they're super expensive, but also schools have a lot of chairs. So I figured, like, at some point someone would post something on Facebook. I finally found something. So these chairs are from an incredible Etsy shop run by Lennart and her family out of Slovenia. She has some really amazing pieces, and you should definitely check out her shop if you're looking for some interesting, like, mid-century or just like really solid old furniture. And when I told her I was going to be talking about her shop on here, there's also a 10% discount that you can get linked below in the description. So I was asking her if she knew anything about these chairs and if she knew where they came from, and she said yes, she actually did. They came from the elementary school that she attended, and then she sent me a photo of her school. So definitely gonna frame that and have that like somewhere in the school museum whenever we, are able to move in and start getting to the phase of framing pictures. But I'm just so glad that these chairs have a rich history of being used by kids, and now they're gonna be used by our kids in our school, around our table, for kids and friends and family. And also, did I mention there are 15 of these chairs? So we're gonna be good for some parties. One other thing we got from Lennart's shop are these pulled-on nature illustrations that also used to be in her school. Seems like these are pretty common in European schools, and one time when I was in Belgium, I actually got a piece like this featuring corn to honor Indiana. And this was way back before we ever thought we'd be living in a school. So just excited to hang these beautiful pieces on the schoolhouse walls. A couple other things that I'm really excited about that are kind of historic or history inspired. Obviously, we have the mosaic that I made while we were still living in Philly. This is actually getting installed this week. Gonna have a whole video about that coming up. Over here, down here, this table, actually, let me show you the other side of it. This table was quite the project. It looked really rough a few months ago. My dad got it for $5 from an auction, and anybody else would have looked at it and saw trash. But are like, no, this like library table and the brass, and it's a piece of business furniture made in Indianapolis. We made a new tabletop for it and cut off the legs a little bit, so now it's gonna be our like library inspired coffee table. Over here we've got these actually. So I went to DePauw, which is a little liberal arts school out of Greencastle, Indiana. We have these two desk chairs that came from DePauw. I remember at DePauw there was always like graffiti of the Greek life, the sororities and fraternities kind of carved into the desks. So gonna have to figure out how to, how to preserve these little graffitis in these desks from DePauw. Over here, I just refinished this little section of a library card holder. I actually have like 4 more sections of this to come, but yeah, a lot more work to do over there. Got a couple barrister bookcases, but this is a lot of the furniture that we have down here. But before I go any further, I want to take you into the town, into Franklin, and take you to a really special shop where we got a really special light. Where are we? Yeah, it's a pinwheel. So this is Madison Street Salvage, an incredible shop full of antiques and architectural salvage. It's run by the very lovely Christine, and I've come in here a ton to get everything from hinges to doors to furniture. They are an amazing resource for anyone restoring an old house, and all of their proceeds go to funding historic restoration projects here in our lovely town of Franklin, Indiana. We came in here on this day with the whole family to get a really special light to go in our entryway. Harlow, are you looking for stuff for the schoolhouse, or are you looking for yourself?
I'm looking for cars.
Okay. You don't think we need to put lights in your room and stuff? No. If you want to have a charming afternoon full of antiques and little cafes and strolling around an adorable downtown, I can't recommend Franklin enough. It is so wild to me how much my hometown has changed over the years, and Madison Street and Franklin heritage are a huge part of that. You never know what's going to pop in this shop, so definitely give them a follow on Instagram. There is a bar made out of an old radio, amazing lighting, toys, and so much more. They even recently got these old doors and a ton of trim from a bank that was robbed by John Dillinger. But here is the light we chose. So for a lot of the lighting in the school, we've been trying to choose pieces that look like they never left. And like the lights would have been here for the last 100 years already. Naturally, this means a lot of schoolhouse pendants, and we knew we wanted to have something really old for the entry of the school. I don't know the specific story of this pendant, whether it came from a school or a bank or a government building, who knows. Just very lucky that Madison Street had this old pendant light that is perfect for our little municipal building. Now it's time to install this light from Madison Street Salvage. From the beginning, we've been working with the amazing Sean, who owns Braden Electric. He's been here on and off for a year, putting in new electric in the whole dang school, and I am so thankful we found him and can't recommend him enough. Last summer, he didn't even run away when we found a 7-foot snakeskin in the ceiling when they were putting wires in. I've kept that snakeskin, by the way. It is going in a picture frame once we move in. But back to the lights. But you don't get filmed putting lights in very often.
No.
Oh my gosh. Looks like it never left here.
Never left, yeah. It's awesome.
Yeah, thank you.
Oh, you're welcome.
I also got another light similar to the one that we got at Madison Street from eBay to put in our back entry. And now that they're up, I can't stop looking at these things. So now I want to show you the rest of the lights in the house. We have a bunch of these sconces that look like this. You can find one in here too, in the kids' hallway. And as you can see, we have some of the colors on the wall, and I'll talk about those in a future video. But all these sconces and all of these hanging pendant lamps, and we have some fixtures in the kids' bathroom. These come from a place called Paired Creation, and they do replicas of old lighting, and it was just going to be really hard to find a bunch of old matching sconces for all of these different spots in the house. These are missing their globes, so we'll put those on in a bit. But yeah, and we'll have some future spots for chandeliers in the future. In here in the kitchen, we again have some new lights. There's going to be 5 of these with these circular globes in the kitchen. These are from lights.com. I'll go in here, back in here. This chandelier also has these globes that go on it, and it came from our friends Logan and Robert in New York. When they were moving to a different apartment, this light didn't really fit their new apartment, and they asked if we wanted it, and we're like, yup. We sure do. And they also gave us these little sconces that came from Schoolhouse, which definitely love that store too, plus the name. And they're here in the bathroom. Let's see if I have it sitting out. Yep, I do. This sconce also has some of the Schoolhouse globes, and it will go up here. And as you can see, we also have some medicine cabinets that we installed. and stuff is really starting to come together. I took off the tile, or I took off the paper off the tile. These are toilets. So exciting about that. And yeah, I think I showed off, maybe I didn't show off the countertops before, but I'll also talk about the countertops in a deeper way in an upcoming video. Again, if you need remnant countertops or just amazing pieces of stone, definitely contact Saul and Fernando at SNF Stone. Oh, one more in here. This one in here was an old chandelier that we also had when we were in New York. So it's going in the closet. So yeah, just a little quick walkthrough of what the school is looking like. Our friend Chad got all the doors hung. Gosh, this is what I was working on all last summer. These swinging doors, redid brass on these. Got knobs, little sticky old knobs, more swinging doors. So it is really coming together, and I cannot wait to get more of the furniture in here and more of the lighting in here to make it really feel like a real house. But yeah, upcoming this week, the floors get refinished and hopefully we get some toilets put in. And yeah, I just got to keep the content to keep up with all of the stuff that's coming at rapid pace. As always, thank you so much for following along, and thank you so much for all of the comment and advice as we've been trudging along. Like I said, a ton more to come inside and out, and hope to have another video very soon. Just a little sneak peek, our roof deck garage has started.